Hello everyone, it's DiegoDoom here. Today I'm bringing another review. Today I'll be reviewing SH Monster Art's Predator Wolf. Predator Wolf comes from the 2007 film Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. After the events of Alien vs. Predator, a scout ship is leaving Earth with the body of the Predator known as Scar and a few living facehuggers. A chest burster emerges from Scar's body with both alien and Predator traits. This hybrid is known as the Pred-Alien. The Pred-Alien quickly matures and attacks the Predators on the ship. Their battle causes the ship to crash back on Earth, and the Pred-Alien escapes along with the few remaining facehuggers. One of the surviving Predators sends a distress signal back to the Predator homeworld. The Predator known as Wolf responds to the distress call and arrives on Earth. Now Wolf must seek out the newly created xenomorphs and the abomination known as the Pred-Alien. Wolf is a highly skilled veteran xenomorph hunter with several unique traits and weapons. Wolf sports a scar on the left side of his face, and he is also missing a mandible, a true sign that Wolf has participated in many hunts. Be sure to check out the 2007 film, Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. It's a nice film. In all honesty, to get a better appreciation of both the Alien and Predator franchises, I would recommend checking out the 1987 film, Predator, and its 1990 sequel, Predator 2. For the Alien franchise, check out the 1979 film, Alien, as well as its 1986 sequel, Aliens. All four of those films are absolutely fantastic. SH Monster Art's Predator Wolf is another fantastic release in the SH Monster Arts line. Predator Wolf has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, fantastic accessories, and a great range of articulation. First, let's take a look at the accessories. Predator Wolf comes with a pair of open hands, a pair of cupping hands, a pair of holding hands, 2 individual holding hands, 1 medical kit, 1 vial of acid, a pair of forearm blades, 1 cylinder, a pair of mandibles, 1 short spear, 1 extended spear, 1 coiled whip, 1 extended whip, and finally, 1 additional head. First, let's take a look at the hands. Each of the hands have a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint apps. First, for the open hands here, these are very nicely done. We'll kind of zoom in very close and focus all this. So first, you'll notice you have 1 hand with armor and 1 hand without, so it flows very seamlessly with the figure. A very nice monster sculpt going on here. Definitely very cool. Very nice paint apps as well. Absolutely fantastic. Next, we have our pair of cupping hands. Same great sculpted paint apps. Very nice here. We have our pair of holding hands. Again, same great sculpted paint apps. These hands are meant to hold the spear, which is definitely very cool. Next, we have our 2 individual holding hands. So on the right, this hand is meant to hold the whip, and on the left, this hand is meant to hold the cylinders. Very nice here. The hands attached via the ball joint peg system. Grab our figure. All we have to do is simply pop off the fist like so. We'll grab one of our holding hands, pop that on, and that's it. A very simple and easy swap, and also, it's a very tight connection. Next, we have our medical kit. So, the medical kit here is absolutely fantastic. You can see a very nice sculpt, very nice metallic silver paint app going on, and also we have the copper paint app. To attach this, we'll grab our figure. Behind the right shoulder, all you have to do is simply peg it in to the hole there, kind of move the hair out of the way that reveals that hole. So grab our kit, push this into the hole, and now we're ready to go. We're geared up and medically sound, so pretty cool there. Next, we have our vial of acid. So a very nice small accessory. We'll kind of zoom in some. Very nicely detailed and very nicely painted. We have the metallic silver and also the translucent blue. Pretty cool. This can be stored on the figure. There's a pouch here. We'll kind of zoom out some, as you can see, right there. And we'll grab our acid and just push that down into the pouch. And you'll notice too, once it's in there, it's a very nice tight connection. It's not going anywhere, so pretty cool there. Very nicely done. Next, we have our pair of forearm blades. So these are very nice sculpt and paint app going on. As you can see, we have the metallic silver. There's nice, sharp, and jagged. To attach these, we'll grab our figure. All we have to do is simply pull out the currently existing forearm blades. Gonna keep this on focus and get it like so. So we'll pull out these. Simply just pull these forward. That's it. We'll grab our new extended blades here, push these into the slots, and now these are extended. And let's see if we can get that last one in. We can slash our foes. So definitely very cool here. Very nice. Next, we have the cylinder. So this is absolutely fantastic. Now, I must admit, I'm calling this a cylinder based off the instructions. So If you guys know the proper name of this tool, let us know in the comments below. Kind of focus on this. We have the metallic silver, the copper, and also the translucent cylinder portion here. So very nice how this is held. We'll grab our cylinder hands here. This is kind of held in an upside down manner, so kind of focus all this. So all we have to do, push the handle here through the hand, like so, kind of force that in there, and just be mindful of the fingers. So we'll get that in there as best we possibly can, and you get the gist. So pretty cool there. Very nicely done. Next, we have our pair of mandibles. So let's see if we can get all of our stuff in order here. Kind of bear with me for 1 second. So for our mandibles here, these are very nicely done. We're going to zoom in pretty close. You can see we have our left portion and right portion. So very nice there. To attach these, we'll grab our figure. All we have to do is pop out the currently existing mandible. So we'll just pull one out, pull the other one out, leaves those 2 spaces. We'll grab our new mandibles, simply push this one in here to that slot. So pretty cool there. And then we'll grab our other one, push that in like so as best we can. Now I must admit the connections here are not all that tight, so just kind of be cautious there. Bear with me so we can get that in finally. It's not in there all the way, I don't think. There we go. So now Wolf is actually roaring. It's very nicely done, but I must admit I am not a fan of these massive seam lines here on the sides of the face. That really doesn't look all too nice, but if you can look past the seam lines here, this does look fantastic. So pretty cool there. Next, we have our short spear and our extended spear. So first, for the short one here, as you can see, very nicely painted and very nicely detailed. We have the metallic gold and metallic silver. Also, we have the etchings here on the handle. Very nicely done. This can be stored on the back, so we'll grab our figure yet again. You'll notice here, there's another peg sticking out on the edge of the right shoulder. Kind of focus all this, kind of move the hair out of the way. And this can store the spear, so all I have to do, there's a hole here in the bottom of the spear. Push that on and try and keep the hair out of the way. So get that as best we can. And now we're geared up and ready to go, which is pretty cool. A nice option there. Next, we have the extended spear. This is absolutely fantastic. Again, same great sculpted paint apps going on, so definitely very cool. But also, be cautious with the spear. You'll notice the end tips here are extremely thin, so if you drop this or drop something on the spear, they probably will break off, so please be extra careful. Next, we have the coiled whip. This is absolutely fantastic. A very nice metallic silver and also a very nice copper paint up going on for the handle, which is very nicely done. So we'll also grab the extended whip, as you can see, same great sculpted paint apps, and also this whip is in one type of stationary position. Now it's flexible. If you bend this, it goes back to its normal position, which is pretty cool. Kind of wish this might have been segmented or something, but still, I like it. So very nice. Now how this is held, we'll grab our whip holding hand. So that is right here with the thumb up. All we have to do, just grip it on, whoops, like so. And that's it. So very nicely done there. And also, let's go backwards here and look at the spear. Now how it's gripped, you have to be pretty careful with this. So I would prefer to grip this at the handle, but to get this started, sometimes you have to move it in up here, higher up in the neck, and that's where things get a little bit thin. So just be careful when you're doing this. Kind of push it in the hand, and then push it on up to the handle, and then it's a nice tight grip. So very nicely done there. We can impale all the xenomorphs, so very cool there. And finally, we have our additional head. So this head is absolutely fantastic. It's the masked head here, so we can focus all this and zoom in. As you can see, very nicely detailed with the battle damage going on. Also, you can see the runes in here as well, so very nicely done there. The eyes, very nice gunmetal color going on. Definitely very cool. Then we have the hair here, very nicely done. Now how the head attaches, we'll grab our figure. All we have to do is pop off the currently existing hands. Kind of focus all this. We'll just pop this right on off. Kind of be cautious here. And also be careful with this necklace here, so I don't want to break that strap. Zoom out some, focus all this. Now we'll grab our head and attach this. Now I must admit, attaching the head can be hard because notice the socket here in the head is awfully shallow. So when you attach this, it doesn't really click, so you don't know if it's on all the way or not. So we'll kind of get this on as best we can. I like to put it on and push down more towards the forehead here, and it should go into place and stay on. Kind of bear with me if it doesn't go on all the way. So push, 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 and that's it. So now, whoops, see it didn't go on all the way. So again, attaching this extra head can be a little bit tough, so we'll try this one more time. So again, we're gonna match it into that shallow hole and push that on. And I'm pushing down more from the face and forehead. Let's see if that's on there. I don't think it is, but you get the gist here. It will be tough to attach the head, but once it's on, it looks great. So now we can see in night vision and heat vision and all that great stuff. It's definitely very cool. Very nice. Now that we have the accessories out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the Predator Wolf figure itself. Predator Wolf has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, and a great range of articulation. First, let's start with the head. We can look left, right, slightly up, pretty far down. Now, something to be aware of. When tilting this figure's head down, the mandibles tend to bump into the necklace. A lot of times when that happens, the mandibles will pop out, so do be careful of that. I must admit that can be very annoying, so let's make sure these mandibles are nice and stiff in here. The shoulders rotate a full 360. The arms come out 90 degrees. We have an upper bicep swivel, some pretty good double jointed elbows. The fist on ball joints can tilt spin these freely. For the left arm here, it's a little bit more limited as compared to the right arm. So we have the shoulder pad here that kind of limits things just a little bit, so we can lift up about this much and rotate almost a full 360. But also on the left arm, as you can see, we have a gimmick here, so we'll zoom in some. For the gauntlet, we can open this up, and now we can either call another ship or self-destruct. So pretty cool there. On the back, we have the figure's second gimmick, and that is the plasma caster, so we can pop this out and swivel this all over the place, so definitely very cool. In the upper chest, we can lean forwards, backwards, twist side to side, lean side to side. For the waist, we can twist side to side, lean forwards and backwards. The legs can kick forward about this much initially. If we pull it on the hip joint, we can increase that range of motion ever so slightly, so we kick about this high and come out to the side about this much. We have an upper thigh swivel. We have some pretty good double jointed knees. Then the feet can slightly tilt and swivel, and the toes are slightly articulated. Predator Wolf has a great range of articulation. Now, in all honesty, I was hoping more out of this figure when it comes to articulation, but what we have here is still very cool. Now, in terms of sculpted paint apps, this figure is absolutely fantastic, but when it comes to paint apps, we have to use an asterisk here. When this figure was first released, a lot of people complained that the paint apps were not the same as the prototype on this figure. When I looked at this figure and compared it to the prototype, everyone was absolutely correct. This figure deviates significantly from the initial prototype's paint apps, but still, what we have here is absolutely fantastic. Now, the prototype was a shade darker, had some more darker highlights and undertones and so on and so forth, but still, this figure looks great. So let's zoom in here pretty close. So for the head sculpt here, we have the ridged crown here, very nicely detailed, very nicely textured. We have the black, then we have the yellow-green skin color going on, so definitely very cool. Get into the face here. As you can see, very nicely done and very menacing. We've seen the inner mouth details, absolutely fantastic. We have the missing mandibles, so definitely very cool. Now, something I needed to point out, you'll notice here on the left side of the face, Wolf has some scarring. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't think there's enough scarring here. I've seen some figures from Sideshow Collectibles and Hot Toys, and the scarring was more prominent. On this figure, I don't feel like there's enough scarring going on. Maybe we should have had the prototype's paint apps, and that would accentuate all the scarring going on here. But for me personally, it's not enough. So for me, this is a representation of Predator Wolf and not Predator Wolf himself. But still, I'm more than pleased to have this figure. Moving down to the chest area, we have the different skulls here on the necklace. We have the die-cast breastplate here, very nicely detailed, absolutely fantastic. We have the satchel here, very nicely done. We have the brown, absolutely fantastic. We have the very nice buff body and the mesh going on. Moving on to the waist here, we have the brown and the metallic silver for the thighs here. These are absolutely fantastic. These pads are die cast. We have the skin coming through, simply stunning. We have the knees here, and also on the knees, when you bend these knees, sometimes these pads tend to pop out, so do be careful of that. For the shin guards here, the metallic silver sculpt is simply fantastic. Then we have the feet, definitely very cool. On the back of the calves, we have the spikes here, very nicely done. So this figure is absolutely fantastic here. Check out the gauntlets here, a very nice gunmetal paint going on. Definitely very cool, very nicely detailed. We'll open this up. Something else to note, it would have been nice to have some type of Predator text here inside the computer, but still, it's very nice for what we have. So definitely very cool there. So this figure is absolutely fantastic, even in the paint apps, despite deviating from the initial prototype. And then, of course, we can't forget about our dreadlocks here. So you can see we have the rubber material, a nice black matte finish with the gold ribbons. So this figure is stunning. Now that we have the Predator Wolf figure out of the way, let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. For size comparison, we have Predator Wolf with SH Monster Arts Alien Warrior. Both figures look absolutely fantastic and definitely very cool together. As you can see, both figures are in scale with one another, so very nicely done there. Definitely very cool. Next, we have an older SH Monster Arts figure, and that is Space Godzilla. You can see Wolf is taller than Space Godzilla, so very nice there. And then finally, let's go ahead and throw in a character that I think would fit in very well within the Predator and Alien universe, and that is another nasty alien, the Kyoto Zerum. Zerum's a very massive figure, as you can see. These figures look pretty cool together. It'd be nice to see the Predators face off against Zerum, because Zerum is a very, very, very nasty creature. Also, something that I almost forgot to mention, the coiled whip here can be stored on Wolf's waist, so we'll grab him. All you have to do, there's a peg hole here on his right side, and we just push that in with the coiled whip, and that's it. So now, Wolf might have a fighting chance against Zerum. So pretty cool there. Now that we have the size comparison out of the way, let's go ahead and conclude this review. To conclude the review, SH Monster Arts Predator Wolf is another fantastic release in the SH Monster Arts line. Predator Wolf has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, fantastic accessories, and a great range articulation. This figure is definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. I highly recommend that everyone picks this figure up. Also, be sure to check out the 2007 film, Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. It's a nice film. Again, I would recommend checking out the earlier films from both the Alien and Predator franchises to get a better appreciation for the Xenomorphs and the Predators. This has been another review by DiegoDoom. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for more figure reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe.